Hi, it's Matthew Dixon of mindaid.ca. I am biking across Canada for mental health. You can do it too. I know not everybody can. I couldn't for a long time. I did it when I was 20, but 30 years went by with schizophrenia. Couldn't do it. So, logs. So I know a lot of people have physical or mental problems that would prevent them from doing a trip like this. But a lot of us do have the mental and physical ability to do it, although we may think we don't. And when I trained for this, I did a 5 kilometer loop, well, 4.8 kilometer loop around my house in my hometown. It's a relatively flat loop. I didn't do any hills on it for my training actually this time around. And try doing a 5 kilometer loop on your bike. If I was going to bike for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, that is a whole lot different than if I was going to run 5, 6, 7, 8 hours every day. It's a big difference. Biking is a lot easier on the body, a lot easier. And try going for a 5 kilometer loop around your neighborhood. Do it again, do 10K, do it again, 15. A lot of people on average bike about 20 kilometers an hour. And if you've got hills and wind and stop signs and other things that can alter that, but 20K is a rough guideline. You could do probably 4 laps of 5K in an hour. I didn't do much regular exercise for 30 years while I had schizophrenia. I did some. I kept a bit of a baseline of fitness. I'd go for some walks. I'd go for a run once in a while or a bike ride. Weights, not very often, but I didn't do anything regular, so I couldn't improve or get better. But I knew that if I could hop on my bike at any time and bike for about 2 hours. And after 2 hours, I lived in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and they've got an excellent trail system, rail trail system, and it's all flat, and I loved biking on those. And after a couple hours, I'd say, you know what, that's good. 2 hours of biking, had some fun. It's just so much fun to do that. And after about 3 hours, I'd start to feel, yeah, I'm a bit tired now. So that's not doing it regularly. I was not doing 2 or 3 hours every day by any means. 2 or 3 hours of biking a few times a summer, really. And so I just want to tell you that 3 hours of biking is 60 kilometers on average. 60K is pretty darn far. Try running 60 kilometers. You're going to feel a lot different after running 60K than biking 60K. The other thing, one of the big things for this trip is, well, yeah, I could do that maybe in one day, but what about the next day and the next day and the next day? What about 2 months? 2 months to bike across Canada. Can I really bike 60 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 130 kilometers every day? Is that actually possible? I'm no athlete. How could I possibly do that? These thoughts go through our heads. Well, I'm telling you, you can. The human body can do it. The training I did for this trip was 3 months. That's what's recommended by Tour de Canada, the group I did it with the first time. 3 months of training, and in 3 months you won't get any faster, but you just won't get as sore. And yeah, I've seen people hop on their bikes and just start biking and with no training and go across Canada. Barbara Savage, I think her name was, in her book Miles from Nowhere, she and her husband just leave from California and bike around the world. They were sore for the first 2 weeks, but they did distances. The human body, and I'm telling you, the human body can do that every day. It's amazing, absolutely amazing what a night's rest can do for you. What a night's rest. You get up and do it all over again the next day. And I've said before, if I was running this right now, I would have been in a hospital so far back, I wouldn't have made it much further out of Vancouver. Yeah, so you can. You don't have to train for years to be able to do this. I'm not a Tour de France cyclist by any means. Yet, slow and steady, at a nice slow pace, the human body can cover these distances. I'm trying to shatter some myths for you. The other thing, which made me stop right now and tell you about this, is that I don't try to push myself very hard on this trip. I'm not saying, oh come on, keep going, keep pushing yourself up the hill, keep going, keep going. Whenever I start to have any thoughts like that, I simply just stop, have a rest, drink some water, have a bite to eat, have a snack, take a rest for a couple minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. And it's amazing what that 2 5 minute break can give you for just energy. It's quite incredible actually. So I don't push myself. I'm not. I'm actually, I sing sometimes. I hoot and holler with happiness, and sometimes things can get a bit not good. Can be a bit frustrating, but for the most part, it's just let your thoughts wander, enjoy the scenery, and you're always doing something. You're always trying to navigate something on the road. You're always steering around something, but the gears. The gears on the bike just make things so much easier. I'm not grinding up each hill hard. My legs aren't burning. I'm simply doing an easy spin. Always an easy spin, whether I'm going really fast or really slow. It's always just an easy spin. It's the same pressure on my knees all the time. All the time. And by the way, Jeff Slater, if you're watching this, the bike you bought for me in Calgary is now being tested in Northern Ontario with the hills. And we were wondering if the easiest gear on the bike would be enough to get up the hills in Northern Ontario, and I'm here to tell you it is. I haven't had to push haven't had any difficulty with the gear that was not low, high enough, whatever the terminology is for these hills. It's always been an easy spin in the easiest gear, so thumbs up for me. Anyway, one of the things I would like to do on this trip is encourage other people to get into fitness, do things that they didn't think were possible, and yeah, trying to dispel some myths about this bike trip. It's daunting. It's daunting to do. It was daunting for me the first time, and it was actually daunting the second time because I had extra challenges the second time around doing this. But it's amazing what we're capable of. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, there's some food for thought. Talk to you later.